Welcome to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm your host, Joy Taylor. On today's show, how impressed should we be by LeBron James averaging a triple-double in February? Plus why the Sixers might be an attractive location for LeBron this offseason. Also, Dez Bryant's catch controversy from 2014 has finally been resolved, and you know Skip has some thoughts. We've got a packed show today. Skip, Shannon, let's get to it. The Cavs won a close one against the Nets last night, 129-123. LeBron had another triple-double with 31 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists. This finished up a monster February for LeBron. For the first time in his career, he averaged a triple-double for an entire month. He was asked about that after the game. Let's take a listen.
And it takes energy and your voice, obviously. Just trying to prepare myself for the long run. I give everything to my body when everybody's not paying attention. I work on my craft when nobody's around. And to have the energy and to have, you know, the mental side as well. I'm in my 15th season with all the miles that I have on my body. I don't know. It's a tribute to what I put in. And the coaches and the players, they allow me to go out and lead them every night. And that's the byproduct of it.
Shannon, how impressive is LeBron's triple-double month?
Stop trying, Skip. I can't believe you. But let that be the TB12 method. And you're talking about elasticity and how he don't have a bicep. Now this man is talking about what he's doing in year 15 and you scoffing
Yeah.
it.
This is the LBJ 23 method? Yeah.
Boy,
Okay.
I don't know. I might need to get on that program.
Yeah.
Skip was very impressive. And, you know, I think that sometimes we get the numbers and a lot of people say, well, triple doubles are a hollow stat. But Skip, every one of those points, they needed. Every one of those rebounds, they needed because he got 2 offensive rebounds that gave them second chance at points. Every one of those assists was needed. And what happened last night, Skip, I'm not so sure Ty Lue drew a play up down by 2 and said, you know what? I want Larry Nance Jr. to take a 16-foot jumper. I don't really think that was in the game plan, but it just goes to show you when the ball is falling, that's what happens. Sunday and the previous, I think it was Thursday night, they couldn't buy a basket when they played Washington, when they played San Antonio in the second half. But Larry Nance pulls up. Jordan Clarkson comes in, hits a big 3. Rodney, I'm so hood. Oh, Skip.
He was big.
Put it on the floor,
That was big.
3-point play. LeBron's stat line so fat it don't make no sense, Joy. But you know what I'm talking about. And the fact that he's doing this, Skip, with all the mileage, like he said, if you look at LeBron James, what he's done in just playoff alone is 2 extra seasons. 2 extra seasons. And in year 15, at 33 years of age, did I tell you, Skip, he's the oldest guy to average a triple-double for the month? Now, I don't know how he pulled this off, Joy. Now, he been booed up with Miss Triple-Double for the whole month of February. And you know what's about to happen, Skip. If he's named Eastern Conference Player of the Month, it would be the 7th consecutive time that he's done it in the month of February. 2012 all the way to 2018. That in and of itself is a feat. But I don't want to talk about that.
All
right
time.
now. All time.
Yeah.
All time, all time. But you know what, Skip? I know what you're about to do. He had to play 39 minutes against the Brooklyn Nets. I know you.
I haven't spoken.
No.
Said a word.
There be some people, I don't know why they want to forward me your tweets. They need to leave
Oh,
me
so
alone.
I think you're not forwarded tweets. I think you're following
No,
tweets.
they forward me your tweets.
Yeah,
You be tweeting all that foolishness. Skip, you were impressed. I know you don't want it, but even today, on a day like today, it's a Wednesday, a Tuesday night game, in the end of February, a lot of people are like, oh, this doesn't mean anything. But I think you would have to be impressed with what he did last night and what he's done over the month of February, because this is basically a brand new team. They gutted the old team, brought in new guys.
They did.
And LeBron James, he looked like a different player. He's reinvigorated. He's rejuvenated. I mean, he looked 25 years younger. Watch. By the end of the year, you're going to have a head full of hair. Afro! Because you're going to be feeling so good. And you know it. It's over for the East.
Joy, I'm not even sure I know where to start on this one.
Start
I have
with it.
so many reactions on so many levels to everything you just said.
Okay, well, go ahead. Then.
I'm just going to have to pick an entry point and then just hope I remember all the other points in order, because this reaction to this month-long triple-double has taken the cake as the biggest overreaction of blind witnesses among fans and among media members I have ever seen, and that, of course, includes my man, Shannon Sharpe, across from me. So let me get this straight. The biggest shock to me last night was when I heard Allie Clifton on Fox Ohio after the game talking about, LeBron, you averaged a triple-double for the month of February. I thought, wait, he's never done this before?
No.
In any month of his whole 15-year career?
No.
LeBron James has never averaged a triple-double
No.
for any other month?
No.
6'9", 200 and I'll give him 60. I don't know. Tristan said 80. 260-pound LeBron James has never, a guy who can pass and rebound and score the way LeBron James has never for a single month of 15 years in the NBA averaged a triple-double. Are you kidding me? And this on the heels of a little 6'3", 200-pound point guard who averaged a triple-double for an entire 2016-2017 basketball season, the whole season.
Yeah.
And by the way, very quietly in the shadows of King James, little Russell Westbrook at 6'3" tall is just about averaging a triple-double for this year, and I think he's got a real good shot because he's at 9.6 rebounds as we speak, and he could pull it off again. Anybody talking about that?
No.
No, nobody's saying a word. But everybody goes goo-goo gaga over LeBron James averaging a triple-double for the month of February, which, by the way, includes a 7-day All-Star break, which knocks the games down to only 10 for the month of February.
Yeah.
So most months have 14 or 15 games.
Okay.
It varies depending on how the schedule falls.
Yeah.
So LeBron did it in only a 10-game month of February. So remember, they get longer and longer All-Star break now.
Yeah.
So it's just 10 games. And the last 2 wins of this month came against Memphis and then last night Brooklyn, who are combined for the month 1-18. That's what they went for the month. And Brooklyn went 0-9 in the month. Wait, 0 for its last 9?
With that pick. If you don't mind, Skip, I just want to know one thing. I just want to know if the greatest basketball player who you allege is Michael Jordan.
Now, I don't allege. Everybody knows.
Oh, no,
and
no,
you know, and
no.
I know,
Okay.
and Joy knows,
Okay.
and everybody knows
Okay.
it's Michael
You know what?
Jordan.
You know
it's
what?
not allege, it's a fact.
Okay, for this argument, I'm going to say Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. Did they play games in February from 84 till 2003 when he retired? Did they play games in February?
Oh, please.
So why didn't he average a triple-double if it's so easy?
He wasn't a triple-double guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Who went 6-0 in NBA Finals without averaging
We
a
ain't talking about that.
triple-double? Huh.
We ain't talking about that.
Interesting.
Only one of 4 men have ever done what LeBron James has done. Russell Westbrook, Wilt Chamberlain, and Oscar Robertson. Now, prior to last night, Wilt was the oldest to do it at 31. LeBron stepped it up by 2 years.
So remember, LeBron is only 4 years older than Russell Westbrook. He's 33, Russell is 29. So it's not like he's 10 years older and Russ is 10 years younger, right?
But you remember, Russ had missed some time with that injury,
Oh,
and there were
okay.
times that Russ wasn't making the playoffs.
So in the month of February, while everybody's going goo-goo gaga
Yeah,
over LeBron
yeah,
averaging
he
a triple-double, his basketball team barely managed to go 6-4 in the month of February in the mere 10 games they played in February. And that was only the case because last night, barely LeBron and company really came to play last night.
We needed
Whoa!
it. About time.
Did he not have some help in the fourth quarter last night?
Yeah, we needed
But
it.
they barely overcame a Brooklyn Nets team that is now 20-42, which means Brooklyn is right in that dead heat at the bottom of the league for the number 1 overall pick.
Good.
They're vying for the number 1 overall pick.
'Cause guess who
And
get that
it
pick?
took you down to the last few seconds of this game to outlast the Brooklyn Nets, who managed to make 5 three-point shots and score 32 points in the fourth quarter alone.
Yeah.
Usually if you give up 5 threes and you make only 1 3 in the fourth quarter, what happens in a tight game? You probably lose that, right? And they pulled away and finally won it by, I don't know what they won it by.
129 to 123. You know the score
by
was.
6. So what did it take in the fourth quarter last night for LeBron to be able to celebrate and gloat after the game off a W instead of an L? It took Rodney Hood scoring 11 points in the fourth quarter and, as you point out, with 40 seconds left, he made the shot of the game, an and-one jump shot on a play he said had completely broken down, and he said, I guess I better shoot this, LeBron.
Yeah.
And he made it. And how about Jordan Clarkson with 1:04 left? Was that not a big
shot?
The only three-point shot of the quarter for the Cavaliers?
That's why we got him.
It was a big one. That is exactly why you got him. And how about Larry Nance Jr. playing big in the fourth quarter with 8 points and 6 rebounds? Is that not why you got him?
Yeah.
And how about George Hill putting the clamps on D'Angelo Russell over in the corner with 20 seconds left in the game? Just wrapped him up and shut him down and did not foul him.
Oh, hold on.
And D'Angelo just had to throw up some pathetic three that made it about halfway to the basket.
Joy.
How about that? Wait, I didn't even mention LeBron James in the fourth quarter. Wow. Wow. It took all that to save LeBron from having to talk about triple-dub for February off an L to Brooklyn.
I mean, you mentioned Rodney Hood, you
Wow.
mentioned Clarkson, you mentioned Nance
I
Jr.,
did, because they all
George
came
Hill.
up big.
But you don't want to talk about the 8, 5, and 3 that we got. Why you ain't mentioned that?
Well, he's the best player on the planet. That's what you
The
tell
best
me.
player
He better be.
Ever.
Yeah, he should have done that because
He did.
It's the Brooklyn Nets. It's the Brooklyn Nets.
Why you do that?
It's Brooklyn. I kept tweeting last night, and then all caps, Brooklyn.
But if he loses, how does he lose to lowly Brooklyn?
Well, I was about to say that because it was really close. D'Angelo Russell had the ball with 20 seconds left and a chance to put them up one with a big shot.
Yeah.
And he'd been making big shots.
Okay, but tell me what happened.
D'Angelo Russell, that was pretty. He had 11 in that quarter.
Oh, yeah. Or that jumper, that three-point shot was wet last night.
Woo.
But if you don't mind me asking, they forced him to take a bad shot, D'Angelo Russell.
Yep.
And then what happened? Who called for the ball? Because you've been telling people for the longest time, LeBron James, they even had an article, LeBron James run from the free throw line. He doesn't want contact. But you didn't tweet that.
Obviously, this wasn't game online. These are just important sort of clinching these are ice on the cake free throws. These aren't do or die.
But I remember last year.
I don't want to see LeBron do or die because you're going to die.
No. Now, I remember last year when he missed 2 shots, and you was like, LeBron, you got to make those.
By the way, I don't know if we have it or not, but
you know we got it.
I don't know if we got it or not.
You do know.
Do we have that second free throw handy? I just don't know. Wait.
What you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Did you request it?
Oh, here it is. Wait, we do have it. Here's the second free throw. Up. Oh, that's the first one. That was a good shot. That was a good shot. Splash. Here we go. Second one. Up. Oh, how did it fall?
Easy. That rotation.
Shannon Sharpe just fell off his chair. That's what just happened. Shannon Sharpe is gasping on the floor saying, thank you, basketball gods.
That's why I don't like the
for tipping that ball back in because it looked like it was not wet. It looked like it was falling off the rim. It bounced over here. It bounced over there. It bounced over here. And LeBron is saying, oh, please.
Can I ask you a question? Why you just can't the man had a triple-double. The man had a historic month. And instead, you're trying to find, you talk about a ball that went in the basket.
To suddenly laud the fact that he had a triple-double in a 10-game month is actually more of a minus than a plus when you talk about his all-time greatness because I'm shocked he's never had one before. So
Michael never had one.
This feat was more of a knock on LeBron. They're different players, as you always point out to me. One guy is a passer. What have I said 1,000 times on this show? LeBron James is the best passer in basketball. Have I not said that again and again? So is it shocking that he would average 10 assists for a month? No, it's not shocking.
I feel comfortable in saying that Michael Jordan has never averaged double-digit rebounds for a month. Do you feel comfortable in saying that?
Yeah, it's just what he decided to do for his team because he was an unstoppable scorer who could just rip your psychological heart and guts out with his ability to score baskets at the end of the shot clock, something LeBron cannot do.
Skip, you don't mind if I break something to you? I mean, LeBron's not a scorer, but you do know he has a higher scoring average than Kobe Bryant.
You know what?
I'm
very happy you brought that up. Because LeBron continues to do the humble brag, I'm not a scorer. It's a humble brag. It's like, I'm not a scorer, but I know how to put the ball in the hole. Yeah. Does he? Yeah. He's 6'9", 260. Oh. He is the greatest freight train to the basket we have ever seen. He can score at will. Nobody can stop LeBron from getting to the rim. Okay, so
what's shot 3 free throws last night?
Yeah,
right?
what's happening right now? LeBron James is the second leading scorer in the whole NBA, and you're telling me he's not a scorer? No. He's 7th all-time already in overall scoring in the NBA, and that's not being a scorer?
No!
That's the biggest bunch of baloney I've ever heard.
That just lets you know that we can do so many other things. I mean, just because I'm a mechanic doesn't mean I can't be a sous chef. LeBron James, you look at his numbers, you're like, well, how does he average 27.1? And that's the exact same average that Kevin Durant has. And we know Kevin Durant is all-time prolific at scoring.
Yep.
Prolific, producing in abundance.
Yep.
Like, I just wanted, my teacher told
Did
me
you
that.
look that up before the show? Because you weren't sure what it meant?
I was very sure.
You knew what that meant.
So not only is he prolific at scoring, he's rebounding, assisting the ball. You keep telling me the greatest guy, he could have if he wanted to. But why didn't he want to? Just to show us that, you know what, I can average a triple-double. Because LeBron has done showed you. Not only can he do it for a month, he can do it in the NBA Finals. LeBron can do whatever he want to do,
what
whatever
was
he
the
want
score
to
of
do.
the NBA Finals?
They lost.
4-1.
4-1.
4-1?
4-1.
And you're gloating about that?
I'm Skip. No, there's nothing to gloat about. Skip.
You know what? You take on the persona of the man you love so much because LeBron James has become the biggest self-promoter in sports history, and it's not even close. LeBron James has to constantly tell us how great he is after these quote-unquote feats. That's the point. You don't need to tell us.
You do gotta remind him
no, you're trying to convince us how great you are because you know in your heart of hearts.
Already,
hey, you know who's the greatest. He knows who's the greatest.
Hold on, wait a minute, Skip Bayless. You telling me that LeBron James must convince us? He's trying to convince us. Convince us.
Did you hear
but
all
there's
this?
a guy that put out a 5-part docuseries. I'm waiting on Joy. You still haven't told me.
Did he ever tell you in that series? Did Tom Brady ever tell you how great he was?
Yeah, he did.
not.
Humble brag all the time.
Yeah,
I put the time in.
Yeah.
Nobody said, "Oh, Jules, you bull jobbing, Jules." Oh, Daddy, look. Oh, I was just like.
So after the game at courtside, LeBron James says, "I give everything." He's talking about how he did it, how he averaged a triple-double.
Yeah.
I give everything to my body when nobody's paying attention. LeBron, you make us pay attention because you are constantly posting workout pictures of yourself without a shirt on. Am I right? How can we not pay attention when you force us to pay attention?
Ain't nobody around but him and Savannah. She have her feet in ice, too.
Yep. Then he goes off about how I'm not a scorer, but I know how to put the ball in the hole.
He does.
I don't like to compare myself to anybody, so he's trying to eliminate Michael Jordan from even the conversation right now. I feel like I'm a one-of-a-kind player, a player that this league has never seen.
Never.
I need a category all my own.
They do.
The point is, he's trying to convince his blind witnesses, statistically, I'm better than Michael. Statistically, longevity-wise, just on career stats, I'm better than Michael Jordan.
Statistically, he's better than anybody ever because we've never seen a front court player have this many assists.
Right. It's clear LeBron finally gave up the ghost.
No, he didn't
of
give it up.
chasing
No, he
the
didn't.
ghost,
Gonna walk
passing
him
the
down?
ghost.
Gonna walk him down?
Walk him down. The ghost went 6-0 in the finals with 6
don't
MVPs.
care.
LeBron James is currently 3-5
4 and 5
in the
after this
finals. Going to be 3-6
4 and
after this
5.
year. You know it and I know it because once again, thanks to the great trades made by Dan Gilbert, he is bound for his 8th straight NBA finals.
I just want to know how okay, if LeBron James is 3-5 in the finals and he can't be the GOAT, he can't catch Jordan, how does Tom Brady get to be the GOAT at 5-3? Joe never lost. Terry Bradshaw never lost.
Wait, why don't you ask yourself that question? Because wait a second, before the Super Bowl last year, you proclaimed Tom Brady the greatest ever. You did it sitting right in that seat.
Okay, how many of these had I drank? I mean, because I might have been under the.
My educated guess is 0.
0.
Okay,
I'm going to go with a big 0 on that
Hold
one.
on, where my. But anyway, Skip Bayless, you keep trying to minimize every time he does something.
Wait, help me out. I'm not very good at math. Is 5-3 better than 3-5?
No, it's not better than 4-0.
Okay.
Because I know 2 guys that got 4-0 and another guy got 3-0.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway,
What about 6-0?
6-0 is great. But Bill Russell 11-1. But I'm not talking about that, Skip. You got Jump Man, you got Champ Man, and then you got Braun.
Yeah.
Braun is by himself.
Yep.
He's in a room. I'm like, okay, 30,000 points.
And if you don't believe it, just ask him.
Yeah. He's in a room right now. Okay, do you go to knock on the door? 30,000 point club. They're gonna be about 5, 6 guys come over. Look, hey, how you doing? Okay, you go to the 8,000 assist club, knock on the door. They about 11 guys up in there. You go to 8,000 rebounds, knock on the door. They about 50 guys up in there. But when you go to the room at 30,000 points, 8,000 rebounds, 8,000 assists, knock on the door.
All I know is LeBron James annually leads the NBA in one category: lack of humility. I've never seen anything like it before, and you let him get away with it. Everybody lets him get away. See, Muhammad Ali said, "I am the greatest," but was he promoting Ali? No, he was promoting his fight. He was trying to intimidate his opponents. LeBron is just trying to promote LeBron's greatness.
Skip, this man makes $90 million off the court. He's the most visible athlete in all the world.
Okay.
He doesn't need no promotion. But I got it.
Did you hear him?
Yeah, I heard it. He needed to skip. Sometimes,
Lord have mercy.
What's wrong with LeBron's hands?
Huh?
He patting himself on the back sometimes because you try to withhold praise and adulation from him. And I told LeBron, don't let him hold that from you. Pat yourself on the back when you do something great, which is on the regular.
No mercy. Hey guys, it's Joy Taylor. Thanks for listening to the Undisputed podcast. If you're looking for more Undisputed content, be sure to check us out on YouTube. Just search Undisputed on YouTube and subscribe to see all the best segments, interviews, podcasts, and more. Now let's get back to the show. No mercy. LeBron had a record-setting performance last night. He finished the month averaging a triple-double for the first time in his career, and he became the first player in NBA history with over 30,000 career points, 8,000 rebounds, and 8,000 assists. Let's take a listen to LeBron on his latest milestone.
I've always prided myself on being a triple threat player. I'm not a scorer, but I can put the ball in the hole. I rebound the ball to help my teammates offensively and defensively, and I love to get my guys involved. And I always look at myself. I don't like to be compared to anybody. I feel like I'm a one-of-a-kind player. I'm a player that this league has never seen before, and I take a lot of pride in that. And I want to continue that, in the near future.
We're joined now by FS1 NBA analyst Steven Jackson. But Skip, we'll start with you. What does this latest milestone mean?
Long live the king, as LeBron says, right?
LL.
Let me translate what LeBron is trying to convince everybody of. He's trying to convince the world that he's now better than Michael Jeffrey Jordan because he is compiling more longevity stats than Michael was able to compile. So let's put this in some perspective here. LeBron has now played 43,500 minutes. That's a lot of minutes. 15 years.
A lot of minutes.
So Michael, in his prime through his Chicago years, played about 36,000 minutes. So it's like a difference of, let's just call it 7,500 minutes more that LeBron has played. Well, clearly, in that many minutes, 7,500 more NBA minutes, you're going to get to 30,000 points. And because you are the best passer in basketball, it's pretty easy to get to 8,000 assists. And because you're 6'9", 260, it's pretty easy. You should get to 8,000 rebounds because you were born to get to 8,000 rebounds.
Well,
so am I impressed by any of this? No. Does it mean you're better than Michael Jordan, 6-0 in the NBA Finals? No. But LeBron is trying to mislead all the blind witnesses into believing, oh, look at those numbers. They're longevity numbers. And I'll give you this. Is LeBron James in much better shape in his 15th year than Michael was in his 15th? There's no question. He is as durable an athlete as I have ever seen in any sport. I've never seen anything like it. I'm going to knock on wood because I hate to even talk about it because I don't wish injury on anybody, but he is sensationally durable, and that's another reason why he's played so many minutes and piled up so many numbers. And I'll give you all that, but that doesn't make you better than Jordan.
He didn't say that, Skip. He said...
You know what he's saying.
No, I don't know.
Yes, you
Stop
do.
trying to infer.
Yeah.
He didn't try to imply.
Yeah,
he was
it's
saying,
what you're trying to force on me.
Because Skip would have you believe, is 8,000 assists easy to get in the NBA?
No.
What about 8,000 rebounds?
No.
Or 30,000
If you play 43,500 minutes, yes, for LeBron, it's a given.
And you know what, Stacks? LeBron has played 7,500 more minutes than Michael, but Michael still has over 3,000 more shots. But we ain't gonna talk about that because this is not a Michael Jordan.
That's what he did.
It's
who he was.
Skip. This is not a Michael Jordan.
He was born to shoot and score. That's what he did.
You make it seem like it's so easy. We're talking about a guy that he's averaging 2 more points per game than Kobe. Everybody know Kobe was a dynamic scorer. He has rebounds like a front court player that like a big center. So now
he doesn't. He's a power forward. That's what he is.
He's a small forward.
He's a power forward when he feels like
at the right time.
Come on.
It's a smaller
That-
league. It's a
that's
smaller
true.
league.
Small
too.
league.
And
Everybody plays
and those
small.
8,000 assists.
He's the best passer in basketball. What do you think he's going to
Whoa,
do?
whoa. So what was the Michael best at?
He could pass it if he chose. He just didn't choose.
Oh, well, see,
he
LeBron-
still averaged like what?
Mike's just
5,
the best at
6?
winning. That's all.
Thank you.
No, he's not. Will Chamberlain and Havlicek got that down pat, but we'll get back to the
Winning? Not winning. Will Chamberlain?
Not Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell.
Oh,
Excuse
thank
me.
you.
Russell and Havlicek.
Okay, but that's another argument because who actually was he playing against?
Yeah.
Playing against the people that we playing against. Stop that. Don't do that.
It's okay now. That's
But
a whole nother
35,
argument.
look.
You mean the pale skinned people?
Right.
Hey,
Yes, thank you.
there's a lot of doors that you can knock on. 30,000, 8,000 assists, 8,000 rebounds. But if you put all these in one room and you ring ding dong, guess who's coming to the door, Stacks?
Russell Westbrook?
No, he ain't coming.
Oscar Robertson?
Oh, no, he ain't coming either. Guess who coming, Skip? You know who's coming.
So he's
LeBron
a-
James.
As LeBron had to convince us of last night, I'm a one-of-a-kind player.
One
right?
of, Skip. One of one.
One of a
You know when
kind?
somebody has a one of one, that makes it rarity. How
Okay.
many Mona Lisas are there? How many Big Bens?
How many Michael Jordans are there?
There are a lot of.
One.
I know a lot of Michaels.
One.
You don't
if
know a lot of
If you go
LeBron.
to greatest player ever door and ring the doorbell, who comes to the door?
LeBron.
Right?
LeBron
I mean,
gonna
it's
beat
not
him to the
even
door.
close.
LeBron gonna beat him to the door.
LeBron gonna answer the door and say, "Are you here for Mike?"
No, he gonna say, "Hey."
That's what he gonna
He say,
say.
"Mike don't live here." He gonna say, "Mike doesn't live here anymore."
Yeah.
You know how you move?
See, you're trying to make the case
See what
off
Stack-
these longevity
You see what
stats.
Stacks does?
Yeah.
See, he doesn't realize that Michael has already moved.
Oh,
and he didn't have his mail forwarded. So LeBron got to tell him he doesn't live here anymore.
Oh,
the new GOAT.
Yeah.
LeBron has passed Michael Jordan off of that game. And
No. I already told you. Skip, I've already told you what LeBron needs to do. And once he does it this year, I'm going to sit back over here after I get back from celebrating in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Get back over here and, you know.
So if he wins the championship this year, it's a wrap.
No.
Hold on. Stacks, you mean to tell me if he beats this team, he beat the Warriors with this team?
You need to get 6 or 7 to beat Mike.
Whoa!
Because to players, winning is everything. When you saw LeBron come in the game as a basketball player, we knew he was gonna crush all the stats. Points, rebounds, assists, we knew that. We expected that from LeBron.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect him to be 15 years in with 3 championships. I didn't expect it.
Nobody
I
expected.
actually thought he'd have more championships.
Yep.
And winning is everything. To me, I'm speaking for myself. Winning is everything.
Can I ask you a question? If he'd had a Hall of Fame coach, how many rings would he have had? You give him Popovich, you give him Riley, you give him Phil Jackson. How many do you think he have?
He probably passed Mike if he had Popovich. I don't know.
Look at the
enough
coach of this
that
man.
well.
This man had David Blatt.
Yeah. Give Michael Jordan Ty Lue and he has 6 championships. That's true. You know it and I know it.
We love Ty Lue.
Yeah.
But come on, Stacks. You can't even go for. You ain't gonna even say that. Because
I
I saw him.
love Ty Lue. That's my guy.
I saw him with Stan Auerbach. I saw him with Doug Collins. Oh, we saw that now. Don't pretend like that didn't happen, Skip Bayless.
He was a baby.
Oh, see, now he a baby. Now he a baby. And Larry Bird had him over his knees, tearing his tail up to. Rick Mahorn and Larry Bird had him
Larry
over.
Bird had him over his knee while he was scoring 60.
That's real competition, though. You talking
Yeah.
about Larry Bird.
Okay.
Ain't no Larry Birds in the league right now.
No.
So
ain't no-
this is
no,
the
no.
same LeBron James who had to post a congratulations to himself
Yes.
before he scored his
This is
30,000.
the same LeBron that put his whole stat line up when they were struggling, saying, "I'm just doing my part." He only started.
By the way, this is the same LeBron who had to post on Instagram last night 30,000, 8,000, 8,000.
He
had
did
to
that?
post that.
He beat me to it. Except
Oh,
I
he
was
beat
gonna
you
do
to
it.
it.
I was gonna do it. Hey, Skip, we all.
Why do you have to convince us? Why wouldn't you let those numbers speak
Joy,
for themselves?
I don't know if you've
Right.
ever, Stacks, I don't know if you've ever done this, but has anybody, is it just me that's written a letter to himself? Sometimes I've written to a younger Shannon and to a 30-year-old Shannon.
He's
And-
retired. Kobe Bryant retired.
Well, I'm saying I've written letters to myself.
All right.
Why you do this, Skip?
I'm not doing anything. And then LeBron had to congratulate himself for averaging a triple-double for a month. And my shock was, you've never done that for any month in 15 years?
Only 4 players have ever done it.
yeah.
Prior to Russell doing it 7 times, it had been over 40 years.
Little Russell Westbrook, 6'3", 200 pounds, did it for a whole season last year, and he's on pace to do
it
it
again.
for this
Guess
season.
what? And guess what? And what I thought you liked winning.
I like winning.
Okay, what he winning?
He ain't winning.
Okay.
Neither is Cleveland.
LeBron got 3 of them things.
No, I'm talking about now.
they're gonna get another too.
I hope so. I hope so.
Polish it up.
Boy,
They got a lot
You know
to
what
prove.
Skip basically?
I fear for LeBron. He's going to break his arm trying to pat himself on the back.
No.
You know
what? Because
You
you know
not?
why LeBron do this? Because since the advent of social media, people like you and Stacks, I don't know Stacks, you about to part ways. You cool, but we about to part ways with this LeBron. Y'all try to undermine him. He gets 30,000. Oh, there are a lot of people with 30,000. He gets 8,000 assists. That ain't nothing. There are a lot of people with 8,000 assists. There are a lot of people with 8,000 rebounds. Every time he turns, you try to marginalize what you're witnessing.
Not marginalized.
Yes, you are.
It was just
What we
expected.
gotta say?
God, he should.
It was
He's
just
human.
expected. It was expected from LeBron.
Did Michael Jordan one time ever in his career say, "Look what I just did"?
Yeah.
No.
Everybody remember the key words of MJ. I failed so many times, that's why I succeed. I've never heard him, I'm the greatest. I'm the
Hold on.
greatest. I've never heard
You
it.
done been around Michael. Michael tell you he the greatest. Now you need to stop playing.
He
that.
proved it.
about
He proves
publicly.
it.
Now.
Yeah, he proved
Yeah.
it. Oh, I guess when we were around him, he ain't in the public. He tell you great. He tell you he great. You know it too,
Because
Zach.
he knew it and you do it.
Just
Yeah,
like we
we
know
do it.
now.
Yeah.
We know who the baddest man walking the planet.
The King.
He
I
walks-
give you that.
You know what? I have some inside information as to why you are saying that LeBron is the GOAT now.
No.
Really?
You have no information.
Oh,
I'm
do
not
tell.
Gonna
No.
snitch,
Do
but I
tell.
Don't be
No.
trying to snitch, Joy.
Do
I'm not
tell.
gonna snitch.
What do we
I heard it too,
Say
Joy. I heard it too,
Shannon-
Joy.
Shannon can't be bought. His loyalty can be
No.
bought.
Wait, did you just get exposed?
What I do?
You got bought?
Nope.
You're not ready to tell yet?
Nope.
No? All right, fine. That's a tease for you. You're going to have to watch every
What?
day until
Yes.
we get
I
Yes.
want to
the
know
answer.
more.
No.
I want to
Just
get
like
to
you
the
be
bottom
getting-
of this story.
No. Me and LeBron are cool.
Well, yeah, he's real
LL Cool
cool.
J.
Like
Yeah.
to the tune of
Me and
what?
Rich Paul about to have lunch.
Oh,
Steven, thanks for joining us. No mercy. LeBron James was a busy man during the All-Star break. According to former NBA player and Sixers analyst Ala Abdullah, LeBron was looking at private schools in the Philly area during the break. He can become a free agent at the end of the season. And the Sixers are one of the many rumored teams that will make a push for LeBron. Shannon, what do you make of this?
Nothing. LeBron has been abundantly clear that he would be willing to entertain anyone that can create enough cap space to give him a maximum salary, Skip. He's also, what he's showing is, Dan Gilbert, all of my options in play. This is what we know with employers, is that once they realize you only have one option, they start to mess with you. So LeBron James says, if you just think you're my only option, you're sadly mistaken, Dan Gilbert. Because Philly's going to be in play, the Rockets going to be in play, there are going to be a lot of teams that's going to be in play. Now, I believe that since this trade, Kobe Altman was able to swing this deal, Skip, I believe there's a 75% chance LeBron stays in Cleveland,
Okay.
especially if Kobe Altman can swing a deal and get another big-time player, Kawhi, Anthony Davis. I know I'm shooting for pie in the sky, but hey, if I'm gonna dream big, I'm gonna dream big.
Yep.
I'm not dreaming about winning a $5,000 lottery. I'm dreaming about winning $500 million. So if I'm gonna dream, I'm dreaming big. So I want Anthony Davis, I want Kawhi. That's all this is, Skip. We've seen him in the past look for schools in California. Maybe he put a little cheese out there. Know it's gonna get out there because LeBron goes anywhere, does anything where there's a basketball team. Oh man, LeBron was house shopping. LeBron looking for private schools to get his kids into. Just put that out there. We threw that out there. Let y'all dangle on that. But that's mainly for Dan Gilbert, letting you know. Don't you ever slack off this job. I'll up and move.
Okay.
I'm a sojourner.
Soldier of fortune, right? He loves his fortune.
Yeah! He ain't playing for free. Ain't giving no more discounts.
Would you like to have Joel Embiid on your side? Sure, you would.
Can we give him Kevin Love and get him Embiid?
No, I'm just, I don't know. I'm just asking.
Yes.
He does play for the Sixers.
Yes,
Last
he does.
time I checked.
He does. They got nice
I'm not the
pieces.
biggest Ben Simmons fan, but would you like to have him on your side? Sure, you would. And by the way, just a little icing on that cake is he is a client of Rich Paul / LeBron and Clutch Sports.
Yes.
So I have no idea if there's any truth at all to this. There are conflicting reports out of the Philly area. Maybe it was just LeBron's representatives who went during All-Star break. It's a little hard for me to believe that LeBron James, as many minutes as he plays during the regular season, having just been the MVP of the All-Star game after having to be the primary ambassador for the league, the face of the league, through the All-Star weekend. It takes a lot out of you, and it's hard for me to believe after you joked about Cabo or wherever he was going to go for, he and Savannah for 3 days, what was left, maybe 3 or 4 days?
They went before, Margaritas, straight from OKC, Oklahoma.
Well,
straight there.
Okay, well, whatever you
Margaritas,
say.
pina coladas.
Yeah, but it was hard for me to believe that they would fly then from Los Angeles to Philadelphia in the dead of winter to go scout schools for their kids. That seems a little far-fetched, but maybe.
And Skip, he could send Savannah to do that. He doesn't need to be there to do that.
And there's one report about that Malvern Prep, which is a good basketball and a good academic school. So that would make sense if that's what you want to do.
Right.
So do I believe that LeBron James would prefer long-term to stay in the Eastern Conference? Yeah, I do. Why wouldn't he? Wouldn't you believe that?
Yes.
It's just a little easier path to the finals.
And they can't give him that max contract.
All right.
And Joel Embiid and Simmons are under the 23 or under.
Okay, so right now, Philly is 32-27, sitting in the 7th spot in the playoffs in the East. So they're starting to arrive as a young basketball team. And they do have Dario Saric, who can shoot threes at a 38% clip. And they do have J.J. Redick. They'd have to re-sign him to go into the next year because he's on a one-year deal. But he's a 40% three-point shooter this year. So LeBron needs snipers, and those are two pretty big. He's a player. And I don't know what happened to Markelle Fultz. I don't know if he's just a lost cause. I have no idea. But he was the first overall pick in the draft. And if he can figure out how to undo his shooting issue, I don't know what it is.
Looking good now, Skip, but he had a hitch that was like Charles Barkley's swing.
It looked
well,
like
it maybe wasn't that bad, but I mean, like, dude, this dude getting up to the top joint, like, dude, shoot the ball.
Shoot it. I agree. But the pieces are in place for that team to arrive, and if you put LeBron in the middle of that team, could it be pretty good? Yeah, it could be real good.
Put LeBron in the middle of Brooklyn. It's pretty good. Put LeBron in the middle of Sacramento, Skip. Think about it now.
I don't know about Brooklyn, but
it's kind of like bacon. What doesn't bacon make taste better? They put it on salads, they put it on hamburgers, they put it on pizza, they put it on ice cream.
Yeah, but it's not good for your long-term health. So what do you want bacon for?
It's good to you. Everything that's good to you ain't meant to be good for you.
It's pure fat.
I don't care.
You do care.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
Okay,
so do I think he would like to stay in the? I'm with you. I'm still giving it 75% stay in Cleveland.
Yes.
I still think there's a decent shot of Miami, a decent shot. And Dwayne showed again last night. He's got a little magic left in that broken down body of his.
Skip, that's too hit or miss.
Yeah.
Now remember, he's missed his last 14 shots in that situation. Plus, D Wade is going to be a year older. Skip, he just can't. And as you start to age, the one thing that you definitely cannot do is summon those powers continuously, game after game. So now it's sporadic. We've seen him at Cleveland, Skip. He have a game where he has 20, and then he go 5, 8, 10 games where LeBron, look, we love D Wade, and we maybe gonna go back. We have some vino because they like wine. I'm about to get on that wine tip myself.
You are?
My
You're
brother
about
like
to get on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Might get on that Jane Walker. They make scotch now. Women, might get on that Jane Walker.
Okay.
But anyway, Skip, baby.
Anyway.
I like his chances more in Cleveland because I believe Kobe Altman can pull up because as we're saying here now, Brooklyn keeps on losing, Skip. That might be DeAndre Ayton. That might be Michael Porter Jr.
Well, could
that
be.
might be Bagley.
I agree.
Somebody gonna want him, so we might be willing to give you that pick, Ayton and Kevin Love and something else, and Anthony Davis.
Yeah. Okay.
Skip it to be over.
Okay, I'm going to say this real quickly. Speaking of Joy's Miami Heat, I heard the other day from a source very close to Dwayne Wade that Pat Riley is positioning that franchise to make another big run at LeBron James. So don't discount that they're going to try. They will try.
Hold on. After the guy after you said he ran from this, he ran from the pressure. Oh, you want him back now? After you don't try to slander our name.
Well, didn't Dan Gilbert write an entire letter calling him a quitter?
Yeah.
Pat Riley, we're not letting you off the hook. We're going to need you to publicly apologize.
Oh, one of those deals.
Yeah.
Hell will freeze before that happens.
Hold on. Pat Riley's in no position to talk because he did resign the Knicks through facts. You want to tell you talk about that, Joe? Or that was before your time. But Skip, you know, what did he do, Skip?
All
Peace
I know.
out.
All I know is that LeBron left Dwayne Wade high and dry.
Skip,
In the 11th hour, he just apprised him one night when they landed in Miami. You know what? I'm going
deuces.
home.
I'm deuces.
Yep. And I couldn't believe that Dwayne would forgive LeBron for that. But
they friends.
yeah, friendship conquers all. That's,
I mean,
that's
hold
true
on,
friends.
Bro, I've got to do it. Look, we're going to remain friends, but I got to do what's in the best interest of LeBron.
Yeah.
And going back to Cleveland, winning that chip, Skip, he could have won 2 more in Miami, but it wouldn't be the equivalent of the one that he won in Cleveland, especially in the manner in which he won it.
Okay.
Down 3-1 against a historically great team, a unanimous MVP, 73-9.
Yeah, without Draymond Green.
Don't
for
do
the
this.
pivotal game of the series.
So what about, so game 6 wasn't pivotal?
Yeah. No, but the pivotal one was that game.
When he dropped 41, 12, and 6?
Yeah.
Okay, what about game 7? 27, 11, and 10, and that chase down.
When Kyrie hit that shot that won the game.
The whole wall was kept. That shot was made with 55 seconds.
Close out. That
55
did it.
seconds.
That was it. Was
What
that
about
not
chase
the game
down?
winner?
What about that chase down? No, it wasn't a game winner.
I keep telling you, the chase down occurred because J.R. Smith cut off Iguodala at the pass.
What about that free throw? Is there a 4-point play? And LeBron and Kevin Love played deep. You saw Kevin Love moving his feet over there?
Here's all I know about this story. I do not believe in my wildest dreams that LeBron James would ever risk going to the Western Conference. I just don't buy it. Lakers, Rockets, Spurs, Clippers, whoever you want to throw in the mix. I just don't believe he wants to try that path because you're going to run into Golden State before you get to a finals, and LeBron doesn't want that. Then he can't say, look how many straight finals I went to.
Look, my granddaddy say, boy, don't matter how tall the grass is, if your bush act sharp enough, you can mow it down. I don't care how stacked the West is. You put LeBron in the right situation, he coming up out of there. So put him in Houston, he's coming up out the West. You put him in San Antonio.
You're 16, 17,
18, 19, gonna still be giving folk the business.
Yeah.
I know you. It's hard. It's hard for me to look at a guy and to see him still playing it now because we've never seen it before. In the NBA, we've never seen anybody play
We've seen it in the NFL. You're seeing it right before
Oh,
your very
my
eyes.
goodness. Oh, yeah, I saw it with Peyton Manning.
No mercy. It's official. Dez caught it. The NFL Competition Committee is examining the catch rule, and Giants owner John Mara said yesterday the group reached a consensus that Dez's famous play in the 2014 playoffs will be a catch in the future. Mara said, quote, "It's easy to say the rule has got to be changed, but coming up with the right language is a challenge. The next league meeting is in late March." We're joined once again by Ray Lewis. But Shannon, should Dez's play have been a catch?
No. Under the rules of 2014, it wasn't a catch. John Mara is just stirring this up again. Okay, in 2018, yes, it's going to be a catch. But in 2014, the rules said if a receiver leaves his feet and goes to the ground, verbatim, he must maintain possession of the ball throughout the entirety of the act. So in 2014, that was not a catch. Dad could have made it easy. He could have took the officials out of the play, like O'Shea Sharpe used to do. Catch it, walk in the end zone, handle the ball, make it smell deodorant, shoes, touchdown. Okay, line up, kick the PAT, walk off the field. That was a good catch, Sharpe. Yeah, appreciate that, dog. But see, that's not what he did. He bobbled it and doing all this and trying to plant the flag and all unnecessary.
He tried to plant the flag because he'd already controlled the
No, he
football.
did not. So
you
in
admitted it.
John Mara, in 2014, that wasn't a catch. You're going to change the rule. So moving forward in 2018, the Dez Bryant, the Calvin Johnson, that's going to be a catch. But no, it wasn't a catch in 2014. This is 2018. I can't believe we're still talking about something that happened 4 or 5 years ago, and it's still, I don't care. It can be 2028. He didn't catch it then. So under the new rules, he'll catch it now. But he wasn't then. Like Michelle and Cello said.
In 2018, just like 2014, you're still hating the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't. What's that hate? I hate on what
You took that to hating the Cowboys.
See what I'm saying?
It's okay.
I thought you
It's
I
okay.
thought you hated like when they win, like the Golden State, like LeBron, the Patriots. Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
When y'all won something, Skip?
Yeah. Well, they had won that playoff game right
I
there
was in-
before your very eyes.
I was in my
They were
early
on to
20s.
Seattle for the NFC Championship game. Nope, all-time robbery.
I was in my early 20s last time they won something. I'm damn near 50.
Yeah. Well,
Who know? I guess my question, my answer to this is, who knows what's a catch anymore, right? You're starting to watch professional sports, football in particular, and you ask yourself a question, right? You start to watch social media and all this stuff, not just affecting our kids. This technology stuff, it's starting to affect the game of football, right? What's a catch? What's a legal hit for a defender? I mean, where do you put your helmet? Where can you put your helmet? How do you tackle a quarterback? Where do you hit him at? Do you hit him too high? Do you hit him too low? Leave the game alone. The game has always took care of itself.
that's true.
Simple.
Yeah.
If you're a receiver and you have a ball, catch the football, possess the football, hand it back to the referee, and go to the sidelines. The game is really that simple. But we have now created this circus around, let's take 3 or 4 minutes to see, and let's rewind it. And some person way back in New York is going to say, this doesn't work. And another person on the field is going to say, I scream this time and time again watching the television. The game of football has always took care of itself. Players police themselves. The game evolves around players' ability to make the game better. Not all of these rules and what's a catch and what's not a catch. If it's going across the goal line and if it shakes, you start to watch sports now and you say, can I really win if I beat somebody? If I take my defense and I beat somebody just in a play that I beat them, you can't even walk away as a victory, because now you have to say, let me make sure there ain't no flag. Let me make sure I ain't hit him too hard. Let me make sure that I didn't give extra effort crawling on the ground trying to grab a quarterback's leg. It's like all the things now that takes away from the excitement of just winning a play of football. And I think, you go back all the way to this play when you're watching Dez, and I'm sitting right there watching the play. Back then, you 100%. It was not a catch. That's what the rule said. It was not a catch. Now, maybe it's a catch. But all I'm saying is to the top people, Joe and all these people, leave the game alone. I think the game will ultimately take care of it.
Okay, I hear everything you just said, but Ray Lewis, soon to be first ballot Hall of Famer.
Which means
not third ballot or fourth ballot or seventh ballot.
Which means our season's totally different now.
Yeah. Okay. Now you got to protect the game, right?
Yeah.
When you saw that play for the first time, you thought it was
No catch.
No catch?
No catch.
You're kidding.
I'm coming from a defensive perspective anyway.
'cause you
my
just
job is to tell you, hold on to the ball. Simple, Skip.
I tweeted it.
You did not tweet it. You did not. That's the biggest bunch of baloney
And
ever.
you only said it was a catch because it was the Cowboys.
I immediately tweeted that was a catch. You can
Because
go
you're a
look it up
Cowboy
on my
fan.
timeline.
Yeah, you're a Cowboy.
No, because
biased.
I'm a football fan, and I've been covering this league for like 45 years.
I get it.
And all I know is that my eyes immediately told me he possessed the football. He caught it. He tucked it. He switched hands to his dominant hand because he's left-handed, and he took one big football play stride, and then he tried to slam the ball that he clearly controlled in his left hand across the goal line, just the way running backs are allowed to break the plane, then fumble the football, right? It was so much of a catch. Everybody thought it was a catch except you two. You're the
Really?
last two people on earth, and you're just trying to back up your man, Shay Sharpe.
Skip.
Was the Jets
you know
catch
it.
Was
Which
the
one?
Jets catch this year catch the tight end in the corner of the end zone? Was that
When they took it back from
When
when
they
they
took
took
it
it back
Yes.
from the Patriots.
That was a catch.
that was a catch?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what they say.
But that's not what they said.
I know, but that was a catch. I couldn't even begin to.
Skip, I would have. Sure. You know what? You played 17. I played 14. But when it comes to tackles, I'm going to show you great difference. I'm going to say this man been tackling people his whole life.
Yeah.
Skip won't give me that same courtesy when it comes to catching football. He won't rely on John Mara.
Because I do not trust your cowboy-hating self. I don't. You're not objective
I am
about
very
this.
objective, Skip.
Anything that ever comes up on the show about the Dallas Cowboys, you say, no, not.
Okay.
Everything's no.
What have I told you about Dez Bryant?
Well, he was a pathetic shell of himself last year. We know that. But we're talking about 2014,
Go back.
in which he pulled off one of the more dominant years in
He was
receiver
was
history.
a monster.
Right?
But he didn't catch that one.
He caught it. You know it, and I know it. What did your eyes tell you?
It wasn't a catch.
He caught it. He ran with it. He tried to slam it on the goal line.
The rules.
I don't care about the rules. This,
you got to.
This supersedes the rules.
No,
this
it
is
doesn't.
above the rules.
But it changes. But at this point, okay, we go back to this catch, right? Okay, well, no catch, and it changes what for the Cowboys?
They would have won the football game.
No, if they would have, if it was a fifth,
Okay.
you know what I'd
Okay,
be doing
well,
right
if was, I think he needs a fifth right now. But the
I got
point
this
is,
thing right here, Shula.
Oh, you
Little
got it.
baby,
You
don't
better stop.
just gulp it. Just go ahead and gulp it. Way to go. So they had already won that year at Seattle in the regular season and won convincingly at Seattle. So to go back to Seattle and win the NFC Championship game was not a pipe dream. It had reality.
Ray, but here's the thing.
Wow.
This is what Skip won't tell you. The Green Bay Packers took over with 4 minutes and 6 seconds.
Yeah, I
and
watched.
the Cowboys had 2 timeouts. And Aaron Rodgers went down the field,
Oh, yeah.
and they started taking a knee. So
Yeah,
all he
because
had to
they
do
were
was get
psychologically devastated
That
because
is
they've been
like-
robbed.
Oh, Skip, I thought you say quarter people. Oh, you mean to tell me your Cowboys were psychologically?
I never
fragile?
said we had a Ray Lewis Ravens defense.
No. Why would you?
We had an offense. It was an offensive football
So
team.
this is a
And
very
Tony-
sensitive spot for
Tony Romo finally made a play in his career.
Yeah.
He made a big throw. It was 4th and 2 at the 32.
And Dan let him down.
He did not let him
Dan
down.
let
He went
him
up
down.
and snatched it and put it away and ran with it for a stride.
The rules.
What just happened? A person in power, a man who owns the New York Football Giants, said publicly yesterday, obviously it was a catch.
And you gonna rely on his
It's the
word?
Giants, they're arch rivals
The
of the
man-
Cowboys, and he publicly acknowledged it was a catch.
Look, a man that's never caught a football.
Oh yeah, but
You
he
gonna side
he only grew up in the sport of football because his family's owned the team for 100 years.
Hell, I grew up on a farm. Don't
Okay.
make me ag commissioner. So what?
Yeah, it could.
No.
Yes, it
well,
could.
I'm better qualified.
I
could
was
be.
gonna
I
say.
could be. I know about the farming that year. But Ray, Skip, why can't we just let this go?
You won't give this up.
you gotta
Shannon,
You let it go.
you got shamed yesterday by the owner of the Giants. He just
how did he shame him by saying what?
he just said it was obviously a catch.
No,
what
he said
everybody
in
thinks.
2018.
How many people were wrong if one person comes out now years later and says it was a catch?
Well,
how
I know,
many
I
people
know
were wrong
two.
because it
I know
wasn't a
two
catch?
right here.
It wasn't a catch then.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
I wasn't.
It was.
Yeah.
But wait
It
a
was.
second. You realize the official standing right on top of the plate immediately went deodorant. He went deodorant. He
No.
raised his arms.
No.
He slammed it across the goal line.
Yeah.
Why are running backs allowed to slam it across the goal
Because
line?
they
to lose
are
the football?
runners.
Oh.
They're saying Dez never possessed a football
He
to
did.
become
He
a
ran,
runner.
He ran a whole big long stride, and he is a long strider.
Yep.
He covered about 10 yards
Yeah,
running with
they're
the football.
saying under the new rules, the Dez Bryant play would have been ruled a catch.
Yeah, but
under the new rules.
But John Maris just saying, we all knew. It was
No, he
obvious
didn't
it
say
was a
that.
catch,
See,
and
now
he
you-
referred to
But see,
Calvin.
that's
That's not what he's doing.
Right, that's not because you cannot take that. What I'm saying is when you're watching the game, whether it's a catch or
You
not.
guys got to give this up.
No, what?
Yeah, you got to give
No,
it up.
you got to give it up.
You got to give it up.
Everybody
Back then,
knows it was
Skip,
a catch.
if it was a catch, I
Yep.
get you. Now your heart is hurting because I understand you're a Cowboy.
Well, it was the all-time robbery I've ever
But
witnessed.
it should be hard. His heart should be hard on that disappointment over the last 23 years. Your heart should be hard. It should be like this cup.
All I'm saying is give Dez credit for just the effort of what he was doing. But if you want to talk about the rule itself, that's what I keep telling you.
He beat the rule.
No.
The rule says if you make a football play with the ball, it's good.
No.
He made a football play.
But the play does not supersede going to the ground and maintaining possession.
If you make
throughout
a
the
football
entirety.
play, then what did your eyes tell you? Was he fumbling the ball as he's going to the ground? He was not. He was trying to slam it on the goal line, had total
I'm
control
going to
of it.
protect Dez for one reason. And this is why I keep going back to technology. Get rid of this mess in real-time
No.
football. This is real-time football, man.
Okay.
Well,
When this guy's...
Sure. If you get rid of technology, guess what? Tom Brady don't win that first Super Bowl because that's a fumble.
Oh, boy.
They got rid of the tuck rule,
Once
remember?
again-
I'll give you that.
But once again,
It was a bad overturn.
If we
It was
keep,
wrong.
If we keep doing this,
Yep.
if we keep integrating these computers and everything
Okay.
into a game
Yep.
that is not played by
Okay.
computers,
So?
this will keep happening.
Okay.
And a kid and a dominant presence like Dez Bryant
So if we-
is robbed
if-
from your perspective.
Not from yours, because you're saying real-time football showed you that the ref raised his hand.
Then guess what?
Okay.
The the Cowboys touchdown.
So that was
Yeah.
a catch. Settle.
Okay, let's take technology out of it. I agree with Ray.
Dude,
It's a catch.
Dude, but it's in there. It's in there. It's in there.
If it was you, it would have been a catch.
I mean, what technology? What would you be doing without technology? Get rid of technology. You got that on big old phone walking around.
You just got a text.
You got the rotary phone.
Text messages.
It worked.
I just saw a text from Dez Bryant pop up on there, and it had a bad word in it.
No.
Yep.
Dan said it's your fault.
No mercy. NBC Sports Boston reported that Rob Gronkowski seriously considered retiring from football before 2017. His health was the main issue, with Gronk coming back from a back injury. Reportedly, Gronk and the Patriots had differing opinions on the best training method. And after the Super Bowl loss to the Eagles, Gronk also would not commit to playing next season. We're joined by FS1 NFL analyst and soon-to-be Hall of Famer, Ray Lewis. Congratulations, Ray.
Thank you.
Good to have you back.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Not that any of us are shocked by it.
Right.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Let me start with you,
Yes.
Shannon. What does this Gronk retirement story tell you?
Well, Skip, what it tells me that there's a lot more going on in New England than we previously thought.
Yep.
Now, we heard the Guerrero story coming out, how Coach Belichick had removed him. He was not going to be allowed to fly on the plane. His access to the complex was going to be denied. So that was one part. And then we had this Mr. Kraft, Belichick, Tom Brady. And then this Gronk thing came out of nowhere because after they lost, and Gronk was kind of like non-committal. You see, Skip, Gronk has been banged up a lot in his NFL career. And he plays this type of football, and he's so big, he's going to get banged up because the only way you can tackle him is to tackle him low. So people are going to hit him in his ankles and his knees. They're going to hit him below the waist. And he's physical. He doesn't want to go down. Gronk is one of these old school players. He doesn't know when the journey's over. So he's going to fight and scrap and try to get the extra yard. But then the defense is going to get extra shots at him. You see, and plus he's injured, and he's like, okay, I've been training the way you want me to train, and I'm constantly getting injured.
Correct.
I look at Tom Brady. Here's this guy playing at a max level, and he never gets injured. So I want to try this. No. We want to try that. Also, it's a lot easier to retire, Skip, when you feel underappreciated. Rob Gronkowski should be paid like Antonio Brown, like Julio Jones. What the Patriots normally do, Skip, they identify the guy that says, okay, this is a guy, we like this guy. They'll sign him to a contract real early. And you look at Gronk got $10 million for a tight end. A year or two into that deal, you're like, Gronk, what were you thinking signing that deal? But see, Gronk took the money in hand, Skip, because he knows his injury history. By that time, he'd already had a back surgery. He had already had a broken forearm. So I got to get this money. He can't play it like, I'm going to play this thing out. Because what happens if he has that ACL injury in a contract year? Now, all of a sudden, he's not going to even get close. But, Skip, this body of work, this upheaval that's going on, there's a lot more to it than, I know they released that statement that we are as united as we've ever been. But they're not united. There's a lot of truth to this Guerrero, this Tom Brady, and this Rob Gronkowski. Now, looking at it, sounds like the coaches normally have the final say of where you train and how you train. Looks like Tom Brady ain't the only one that have a little problem with Coach Belichick right now. It might be Gronk.
I agree.
So two of his best players got a problem with Coach Belichick. That ain't looking good.
You know, I tell you this, and I think I learned this young coming into the National Football League. One of the things that you learn very quickly is you cannot burn the candle at both ends, right? And so you go back a few years ago, and they highlight Rob Gronkowski and what all of his partying, the drinking, and all these things. You have to start to understand how long can you live that type of life, right? And then when you start to get those injuries they don't heal as fast as you want them to heal.
Especially as you get older.
As you get older. And then this guy is huge. He's a huge guy. So now you're talking about him not taking care of his body fully. I think, personally, Rob Gronkowski has an issue with how he feels every day. Now, he's not sharing that with a lot of people, but that man, Rob is going through a lot of pains getting in and out of bed every day. So when he comes to practice, just to get through a practice, he's going through it just to get through a practice. Now, you go back to talk about the whole thing around New England and what's really going on in New England. I said this a while ago. Sooner or later, it's going to start to fold, right? And when it starts to fold, it only can start from the top. It only can go from Brady. It only can go from Belichick. It only can go from Kraft. As you see, everybody else they can get rid of.
Yep.
They always get rid of. But when you think about a piece like Rob Gronkowski, one of Tom Brady's favorite weapons, when he is there, when he starts to now complain or now go through the things that he starts to go through, then it starts to change the scope of everything. And so Rob sits back and says, wait a minute. Do I really want to do this? Because I'm thinking probably Hollywood is next for him, coming out, getting in some movies and things like that. He's made a bunch of money, saved a bunch of money. But I think Rob's body, I think his body is hurting way worse than a lot of people are expecting it is.
So, bottom line to me, after reading all these stories, the NFC has had a hard time beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl, but the Patriots can beat the Patriots, to your point, because Rome is starting to fall from inside out. That is correct. And the biggest issue to me about the bigger issue is his broken down body. After all these surgeries, he had every kind. He's had arm, knee, back.
Yeah.
What's left? He hadn't had an Achilles yet, but man, I agree with you. I bet he has a hard time getting out of bed in the morning. So he found what he thought was the magic elixir thanks to his quarterback who said, hey, come and talk to my guy. TB12 method. We do it differently over here. So Gronk started to clash with the New England training staff in training camp last year because they're saying, no, we do it this way. And it smacks of Kawhi Leonard versus the Spurs, the Patriots of the NBA. And Kawhi saying, I know you've been doing it this way for a long time. You won 5 championships doing it that way, but I don't like your way. I'm going to go find my own guys up in New York City. And all of a sudden, they're clashing.
Yes.
And now these guys are clashing because Gronk prefers Alex Guerrero's method. And I thought it was interesting, the beat reporter for the Providence paper, Mark Daniels' Providence Journal, tweeted yesterday that he wrote a long piece with Gronkowski about the Tom Brady method, about Alex Guerrero's training methods, and that the Patriots tried to talk him out of writing the piece, which became a 1,400-word feature that he went ahead to his credit and wrote. And when he tweeted, he said that I still got a 1,400-word feature out of it, but it was annoying how the Patriots tried to stop the story. So obviously, from within, the PR staff is trying to squelch everything that is Alex Guerrero, Tom Brady, TB12 method.
Skip, but these training staffs, okay, there's a protocol of how they treat injuries. We do it like this, we do it like this, we do it like this. Okay, these new age guys come around, which Guerrero clearly falls up under that umbrella. They're doing it different.
Way different.
Okay, and the guys are like, they're having success doing it like this, and it's like, okay, well, this is the way I want to do it. Ray, you remember like when you and I was training, okay, the way the Ravens train and the way you and I train were differently.
Night and day.
Now, if the Ravens says, okay, Ray, we want you here, Ray's going to have to make a decision. I know the way you was training me my first 3 or 4 years, but I know how I feel and how I'm playing now training like this. Gronk was going to have to make a decision. They're going to have to acquiesce some. It's just like Mike. Mike, me doing it your way is not going to work for me. Mike said, do your thing. They're going to basically have to tell Gronk, however you want to get treated, as long as you come back in shape, ready to play, let it be. You can't, see, the Patriots want to have their thumb on everything. They want to tell you what to say, when to say it, how to say it. Gronk is saying, hold on, wait a minute. I've been doing it your way. Do you see these injuries? They keep happening.
I know, yeah, but and to your point, I think they keep happening because of he's burning the candle on the other end.
That could be.
Opposite
That's a whole nother issue.
Yeah, opposite
I'm
of Tom
with
Brady.
you.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
So
absolutely.
you come out to Brady and you say, well, Brady's doing this, and you're doing this, so it don't add up. Even if you want to disappear, right? Can we trust you to disappear and purely train? Right? That's one thing about when we left the Ravens. When we left the Ravens, the reason why Isaac and them never complained about me being in camp, because when I came back, I was in way better shape than I left. Right, and that's why I think the difference is there's a risk with Rob.
With Gronk, though, his mentality is, as long as I'm getting my workout in, why do you care what I do at night? See, Skip,
that don't work, right.
When you young, you can do those things.
You can do anything
man, as you get older, you need more and more rest. You need more and more recovery.
Yeah.
And he think football is hard. You try jumping off turnbuckles and falling on tables in the WWE.
I agree.
That's rougher on your body than the NFL is.
Yeah.
Because you're doing that a couple of times a week.
Yeah.
So here's what I've learned about rehabbing injuries. What the mind can conceive, the body will achieve.
Yes.
Meaning, if you believe with all your heart and soul that what you're doing to fix it is
Absolutely.
working,
Yes.
it will work.
Absolutely.
Because your mind is a powerful force
Yeah,
in your
absolutely.
body, and it will heal you,
Yes.
but you have to trust and completely give into and believe in
Yes.
what the method is that you're trying to use to heal.
Yes.
Well, if he believes that Alex Guerrero is the way and the answer, you got to let him do it.
Let him go.
And obviously they're clashing over this, and I'm not saying it's mutiny, but this is starting to sound mutinous because you have two of them.
Yes. Yeah.
You have
The
the
top two.
quarterback and the best
Right.
receiver. Wow.
Right.
But that's the thing, though, Skip, the Patriot way. If you watch them when they come to the podium, they basically give you the same verbatim scripted answer.
Every time.
Nobody says anything. They're going to always side with the team. We're just trying to win a game. We didn't play well, blah, 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 blah. And that's the way they've been instructed. But now you see guys wanting to buck. Tom Brady, okay, I'm going to come show up, but I'm going to do my own thing with Guerrero. Gronk, I'm going to show up, but I want to do my own thing. Rome fell from within. This thing, Skip, there's a lot of expectations. When you win like they win, Suge, you know the expectations and the pressure that they're under. And that's why a lot of people can't play. Everybody, I want to win. But when you go there, it's like playing with LeBron James, Skip, the expectations.
No, they win a certain way.
Yeah, they win their way.
Their
and
way,
the expectations of they're trying to win no 10 games. They're trying to get to and win the Super Bowl every year. And that's what when you hit that locker room or one Patriot way or whatever it's called, that is your expectation. That's a lot.
No mercy. Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Joy Taylor. We're back at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports 1 of 1.